Hey everyone, how you doing today? It's me, David, Jersey Boy Music. Here in the Beatles Corner, we're collecting the Beatles 101. Today we are going to talk about the first Beatles album issued in this country, Meet the Beatles. Well, no, not this Meet the Beatles and not this country. We're going to be talking a little bit about this Meet the Beatles. This was the first Beatles album issued in Japan back on April 5th, 1964. Let's take a little look at this version of Meet the Beatles. Let's take a close-up look right off the bat, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about this album.
All right, so here we go. Meet the Beatles from Japan. You can see, using the straightforward photo from the album with the Beatles, it does not have the blue tint that our Meet the Beatles had. Font and everything looks exactly the same as the American album. However, obviously the colors are different on the Japanese version. Let's take a look at the back side of it. Okay, now, unlike the American Meet the Beatles, well, I shouldn't say unlike, there appear to be liner notes, which I cannot read because I do not read Japanese. But here we go, Meet the Beatles. Here's the song listing, which is obviously different than the American version. 14 songs on this album. This is a 1970s issue on the Apple Records label. And then I'm just going to show you here. It also comes with a lyric sheet, well, a little booklet with some nice pictures of the band. And, the Japanese just did things a little bit more value for money, let's say. And look at this. I saw her standing there. Has the count in. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, there we go. And then on the back side of this, the last couple of songs. And this is on the Apple label. Let me just show you the record itself. Okay, here's the record. Something I have mentioned on a couple of my other international pressing videos is I really like the Apple label from these other countries. Here in the States, the Apple label to me just looks really bland and blah. But man, I could just eat that apple. Or cut it up and put it in a pie. Just really nice. So there
you go. Meet the Beatles, originally issued on the Odeon label. This one is like I mentioned in the close-up, 1970s Apple pressing. It's in glorious monophonic sound. And a really cool variation. Something I think a lot of us like about the U.S. Meet the Beatles is that it was basically, in my opinion, the best songs off of With the Beatles, mainly originals plus one cover, plus I Want to Hold Your Hand. I saw her standing there, and This Boy thrown in there. And really a great cohesive album. But the Japanese version of Meet the Beatles, let's just go through the songs. So we've got I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, From Me to You. Then rounding out side one, Twist and Shout, Love Me Do, Baby It's You, and Don't Bother Me. Side two, we've got Please Please Me, I Saw Her Standing There, P.S. I Love You, Little Child, All My Loving, Hold Me Tight, and Please Mr. Postman. So not a lot of covers, mainly original songs, but we got Love Me Do, Please Please Me, From Me to You, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand. What's that? What's that, everyone? That's the Beatles' first 5 singles. So you got the A-sides of their first 5 singles on here, plus P.S. I Love You is on here. So really a nice, strong, album as far as their those singles driven album. I'm just counting two covers, Please Mr. Postman and Baby It's You. Oh, three, Baby It's You, Twist and Shout. And the rest are originals. And a nice little sampling from their first two Parlophone albums. Really nice, a cool listen, and the sound quality to me is really impeccable. Um, the mono sound, mono mixes, very clean, very nice, very rich. It is, you know, granted, we've got, the master, you know, Canon catalog available in so many different ways with the past masters. So you have the songs, but it's still nice to me it's nice to have some of these international variations because it kind of shows us how these other countries got to hear the Beatles music initially. And then because you have an album like this, then they had their own version of the Beatles' second album, which I'm hoping to get a copy of and feature for you when I get it on the channel. Um, then that means Please Please Me and With the Beatles weren't issued until a few years later. I do have the Japanese Please Please Me album. I did show you what it looks like. If you look at my video, Please Please Me Around the World, you'll see a little bit about that. But I should do a video just dedicated to that album. Do some of these Japanese issues so that you can see, again, how Beatlemania spread throughout the earth. And it is a very nice, really cool experience. So there you go. Meet the Beatles, the first album issued in Japan on the Odeon label. So until next time, it's me, David, Jersey Boy Music, here in the Beatles Corner. If you are looking for vintage vinyl, please check me out at jerseyboymusic.net. Hey, it's worth a try, right? Um, and we'll catch you soon. We'll catch you on the flip side. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching.